Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Oh my Lord, Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda. Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Ooh.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Hey. Krishna, 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 Hey.
Ooh, Krishna, 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 Krishna.
Oh, my Lord.
Jesus Prabhu.
Ooh.
Yeah. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita
Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
So let's see here. Canto, let's see, Canto 10. Canto 10. Yeah. The Deliverance of the Yama Ajun Trees. Chapter 10, Canto 10. King Parikshit inquired from Shukadev Goswami. Thank you, Prabhupada. King Parikshit inquired from Shukadev Goswami. O great and powerful saint, what was the cause of Nakula and Manigriva's having been cursed by Narada Muni? What did they do that was so abominable that even Narada, the great sage, became angry at them? Kindly describe this to me. Yeah. Oh, great and powerful saint. Great and powerful saint. Yeah. So that's the Lord, man. He wants to make now in Kali Yuga great and powerful saints. It's very similar to the time of when Jesus first came. He came to make saints by giving them the gift of the Holy Spirit. We're at that time for the Vaishnavas now. And so the next thing that the Vaishnavas are going to learn, this is not by austerity, not by renunciation, and not by even sadhana bhakti, that slow course. It's by the mercy, it's by the mercy of those who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion. and you get the gift, and you get this attraction without trying to develop the attraction. That could take so long, by you trying to. Actually, even Bhakti Yoga was the first thing I was taught in Bhakti Yoga, even in ISKCON, was Bhakti Yoga was a descending process. But what is this? It's a descending, not an ascending process. But they teach it like an ascending process. No, it's a descending process. I remember there were always classes something. Oh yeah, it's a descending process like a ripened fruit. Just take it and eat it. Well, that didn't happen for 5 years. I was there. Okay, where's this? I mean, I had it, but then it started to get submerged. See, real bhakti yoga comes in the disciplic line. See? And when it's time, in the line, the real line, you get the ripened fruit. Okay, here you go. Here's love of God. Here's attraction. It starts out as attraction to Krishna. You get enlivened. You like to hear the talks. You like to hear from a authorized devotee. And you get enlivened. You get kind of juiced up, man. You start to feel like, wow, man, my cares are going. And then it develops more, into a deeper attraction. Then the tears start to come, Now you're cultivating bhakti. Otherwise, Prabhupada said in Nectar Devotion on the techniques of hearing, he said, until the tears come, you're not even cultivating Krishna consciousness yet. He said it. And, and anybody coming here, and the tears start coming, you start to know, wow, I feel this is, and he said it right in that book. It's putting out the fire of material existence now, and you feel that. See, this is the book in action. See? This is the living book. Not just we read it in the book, don't understand it, can't relate to it. It's not happening to me. Therefore, I can't. All I can do is speculate on the verses and give that speculation, and nothing really goes on. That's why it's a many lifetime process for most Vaishnavas. Okay? Come here, get the gift, and all of a sudden you can relate to the book. You start becoming the book, the living book in this world. Then people look at you, and then they see the verses, and they say, "Wow, man." And now I'm starting to understand something. Whose phone is that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Oops, she went off. Yeah. So in this age of Kali, if you make the right connection, which is here actually, because we prove it every day, wouldn't it be nice to find somewhere you can have confidence? You're in spiritual life, something that actually is the book, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender to Krishna. When you start to feel attraction to Krishna, there you go, man. That's it. And that's being given here. That's how we roll here, man. That's our order. Otherwise you'll never abandon all varieties of religion. You'll always have these religious leaders, and who knows, there could be a Kamsa type, hypocritical, devout, so many like that. We hear about it all the time, right? Poopy popes, pedophile gurus, see that what can be done until you get attraction to Krishna. You can't see who is envious. That's Majjamadikari. Majjamadikari sees who is envious, who is innocent. Yeah, who is innocent, who is envious. So, and the envious, they can't help it. I don't have any hatred to envious people. What are you going to do? They're in the material world. So kind of more or less leave them alone. Let Maya teach them their lessons. And I preach to those who are interested. Hey, man, this message is for you over there, out there, man. You want shelter, man? You want to be happy in life? Look at the stuff coming down the pipe here, man. It is real draconian. You want to be happy during this time? Well, we are. Many of us are happy here. As they're tightening the screws, see, we're getting more and more loosed. Loose as a goose. Free. happy. Our spiritual body is ascending. Where the rapture is already here. You Christians still waiting for, when is the rapture going to? Oh God, you should come here. We're raptured every day in this ecstatic worship. Krishna comes and lifts our spirits, man.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah. So the choice is yours out there. You want to live, come with us. Otherwise, you're slated for termination. And that's no joke, man. I'm telling you, man. They're out there. Depopulation, man. What do you think that is? If you
COVID,
don't think, huh? What? Go ahead. What?
the COVID crisis.
Yeah. All of that. Yeah.
Yeah. The reason I keep muting my mic is because I told you our dog always comes when I turn you on and she's
Yeah.
snoring.
No problem. No problem. Keep it going. Okay. Next verse. Hare Krishna.
Really?
What did they do that was so abominable that even Narada, the great sage, became angry at them? Kindly describe this to me. See, whenever you get chastised or the brunt of the anger from those who are empowered by the Lord, it always has a fantastic result. It's not like people in the world. Anger, all they do is pollute each other in the world because it's not a spiritual vibration. Devotees who have been purified by this bhakti process like this, their anger or their chastisement results in great elevation. It cuts away often things that can't be cut away by any other method. Okay? And it's a great, this is people, even here, you got to learn this. Because if you think because the guru gets angry at you or chastises you, points things out, and you think, well, you might think anyway, because it's not easy to take these things. It's like getting a tooth pulled, Yeah. But the result ultimately is fantastic. The ultimate, you're more free. There's more room for bhakti. You're more clear of the false identifications. So don't misunderstand these things. Otherwise, you won't be able to make it here because, this is actually a spiritual thing going on here. This is like the books. So what's like the books is going to happen. This is like Nikula and that those two twin Arjun trees who became Arjun trees. They're great demigods. They got cursed by Narada because they didn't care about sages or saints. It's just like now, same thing. You get because you don't care. They were in front of Narada, and they thought, "Oh, Narada, who cares? I don't believe it. Do as thy will." This is the idea. Do as thy will in the world. It doesn't matter who is a great sage. It matters a lot who is a great sage, my friends. It's a matter of, it is so important to know who is empowered by the transcendental Lord because that's your ticket out of here. Otherwise, you're stuck here in this material universe. No demigod can get you out. Only those who have got the blessing. See, those who have this bhakti, this devotion, this spirit of bhakti, they're the only hope in this world to really get you out. They're the only hope to counteract the situation here. Learn from history or you're not doomed to repeat it. See, in history, well, actually, if you learn from history, you can repeat this one with Hiranyakashipu, and Prahlad saved the whole universe simply because he was a devotee. He was a powered, the full devotee because he came in the real line. He got the mercy of Narada Muni. See, it's always this straight and narrow gate. That's why the Bhagavatam is so perfect. And the Bible, when you understand it properly, is perfect. Straight and narrow gate, you get out. Everything people are doing is coming to the warden of this universe for demigods and demons. That's the devotee empowered by the transcendental potency. And that transcendental potency is your passport and your visa out of here, man. Otherwise, there's no way out, man. You're just encased in this huge thing. This huge universe, air, fire, these are all the coverings to the soul. Air, fire, water, ether, mind, material mind, material intelligence, and then the false ego layers, which are 10 times greater than each of them.
Oh, this is
Envies,
true.
jealousies. No, you going to get out of here by your big sadhanas out there? That's why I see only pride amongst these sannyasis and gurus, most of them. Well, you're going to get proud, man, because you're taking the material ras. How can you not get corrupted by having the position of the supreme opulence in the world is to be a bona fide spiritual master? My God, you must be empowered to do that job. Otherwise, you're going to be corrupted. How can you not be corrupted when you got people worshiping you? Worship is the greatest thing. Even the demigods like it. Look at Indra. He's got a big false ego by being worshipped, and he went against Krishna, who was representing the spiritual potency in the world when Krishna was here. That's why he fought Krishna. And you gurus, you think you're going to get over that you're being worshipped by your thousands of disciples or 100 or even one? Oh, Guru Dev, please deliver me. Oh, yes, I got a pizza coming for you later. It's about the best thing. See? So it's mandatory that you be able, so Narada Muni gave a great boon to Manigriva and Nakula, or whoever they are. A great boon by making them trees in Krishna in Vrindavan. See, because every day Krishna would pass and they got purified by seeing Krishna. See, they couldn't do anything. They couldn't run away. They couldn't do stupid things. They're just, trees. They can't move. See it looking. So every day, more and more purified, to the point Krishna says, okay, you're purified. And he brought the trees down. They gained their spiritual forms, and now they knew what is the difference between the highest reality, which is pure spiritual potency, and illusion, which is everything else. Everything, the whole thing, this whole universe is useless, really. Nothing. The demigods are just flying in their airplanes and, they're very happy for a time. Then they come back down here. That's not perfect. This is perfect. This, even if you're in a material universe and you got real bhakti, man, and you just chant the holy name and Krishna is your buddy now forever and he's right there with you and you're flying around and you're never alone because you got the Lord with you and you're just flying around all the universes, having a great old time liberating people. Or if you go do as you, see, this is the demons. They think this, do as you wish. See, that's the demon thing. But that doesn't work out. All they do is get karma and they destroy themselves and other people. Do as you wish. Devotees, that's the perfection to do it. I do as my wish, man. And I wish to engage more and more in bhakti. Hey, there's no fault in that. It's perfect. And Krishna says, oh, intelligent person. Do as you wish. This is the perfection. Oh, there you go. Yeah, this is the perfection of do as you wish. See, the demons are the antithesis of that. That's what they want to do. See, they want control over everything, right? That's the opposite. The Lord already has control over everything, even them. He's using them, just like they're using their followers and all that. But he's using them. He's using the demigods. He's using the devotees. See, this is a great mission, actually. We're here doing what Prahlad did, teach pure devotional service. And actually, it's a lot easier. When he was preaching, it was not easy to follow his path. I'm telling you, man, you had to be more like a sannyasi. Even the demigod said, we can't even follow the path of Prahlad. Still, he was preaching the essence of devotional service. But this is Kali Yuga. Oh, thank God I wasn't born back then with Prahlad. Because I'm a lazy guy, I probably wouldn't have done any of that. Thank God I was born now at this time. Have a connection with Prabhupada, his books, Goswami books, this line, that I can make this philosophy of Krishna consciousness that they preached, my life and soul, and my shelter, my inspiration, my everything. Oh, wow. Thank you very much. Put me in thousands of these draconian lockdowns. Well, I already got my jewel, man. I'm fine. Yeah, whatever else is gravy. Maybe we get a few more people to come on board, or maybe millions. Who knows? Whatever, man. We'll just have fun delivering the world. And if we're lucky, we'll get that. Go ahead.
Bapu, what you were just talking about, the disciples were that way too, though. They had nothing else to go on. You know, there was no Bible at the time, no gospel. They were becoming the gospel. And
it's true. Yeah, that's
so I'm
a
not
good
sure
point.
I would expect back then either.
Yeah. Well, you see, these books come from those kind of devotees. See, even the books we have now came from the empowered devotees. See, it's this inspired word of God coming from those who are actually devotees of the true Lord.
Right.
Right? Then they get inspired to write, and that's why that's for our benefit, because now we're down 500 years later, and we have all these juicy books, and that's what the Christians don't have. They only have that, the main Bible and Old Testament. And it's just basic, it's for the beginners, more or less. They can't get out of their alloys usually by that book.
Well
They
said.
get caught up in alloys. They don't have a clear understanding of bhakti. So, see, the Vaishnavas have the opposite problem. They don't have the spirit yet. We do. See, so we can take full advantage of the book. They can't take full advantage. They have the books and it brings them to a certain place, but because the spirit hasn't been given yet, well, it has here. We're starting here. And so whenever they just realize these simple truths that we're teaching, that if you just come in the line where this bhakti is being given, because we, just like Nityananda got the order, Advaita got the order, I got the order in 1996 to distribute this. You can't just do this. I mean, Narayan didn't do it. He wouldn't even let his disciples cry. He said, if any tears come, you wiped them. He wasn't given this order for whatever, he inspired devotees. Everybody has got their place in the world. Yeah. If you can't understand what I'm preaching, if good fortune for you is to find some religion or something, and you'll just see there's a point that it's not perfect. It doesn't give you the desired result very quickly. And in this life, if you get Vaidhi Bhakti or religion, you'll probably die of Vaidhi Bhakti. That's how slow. And then in your next life, you continue on as a Vaidhi Bhakti, and probably another life until you understand what I'm preaching here. What we're preaching here is how to go from being in the world or being a Vaidhi Bhakti or being anything. How to get this attraction to Krishna, this spontaneous devotion. You get the Bhakti Lata Bij here, like it says in the book, a big chapter on Bhakti Lata Bij. Lord Caitanya taught Rupa Goswami about the Bhakti Lata Bij, or Sanatan, one of those two, about Bhakti Lata Bij, how you get it from the spiritual master, and it gives you attraction to Krishna. And that starts small, and then it grows more and more. All you do is water that bhakti. That's why this is the right soil for it here. We got a garden growing here. Just like Lord Caitanya felt himself like a gardener in a garden. He grew this bhakti cult. Otherwise, there's no cultivation of this level of bhakti in this world. It's just all religion, man. The old time religion, man. It's all it is. You have to, here this is the only water from it. Krishna says these kind of ecstatic devotees are the root from which I grow. He really grows. He grows as a little child and matures more and more inside. Yeah. See, the way you explain it is more perfect, my dear ass. Thank you. I can only take half the credit. I got to give them. I'd rather take all the. I could if I wanted to, because then nobody sees them. I could just, I'll just take it all. I'll hog it all. I'm speaking. You shut up back. You stay back there. Be quiet. Go hard. That's preaching. I'm doing it alone, without you. He's saying, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. He's got his finger over there too. Oh, a naughty boy. Let's see what other stuff we can get out of this one here.
Beppu, I'm gonna go off screen, but I'm still gonna listen.
Okay, great. All right. Thank you there, William. Hare Krishna.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Sukadev Goswami said, my King Parikshit, because of the two sons of Kuvera had been elevated to the association of Lord Shiva, of which they were very much proud, they were allowed to wander in the garden attached to Kailas Hill, on the bank of the Mandaki River. Taking advantage of this, they used to drink a kind of liquor called Varuni. Accompanied by women singing after them, they would wander in the garden of flowers, their eyes always rolling in intoxication. See how it's by association you're elevated. Even they were elevated to a level of with the Lord Shiva. See, Lord Shiva, if you notice in India, if you were in India, you see these people who worship Lord Shiva, they take intoxicant, many of them, maybe most of them. They like intoxicate. They like to smoke ganja or take bong, and they're elevated to that level, but still they can't get above that level, and there's pride there's false prestige and all that, and they're take intoxications, and therefore they still can't recognize a pure devotee like Narada Muni. This is the secret, man. If people come here, you'll figure out how to understand who is actually a pure devotee. Pure devotee means simply you're being used by the transcendental potency, see, to pass that on to others so that they can be delivered like you. And all these Nikula, whatever those guys, two twin Arjun trees who became two, whoever they were, I forgot right now. So whoever they were, all they would have had to do is just pay obeisances to Narada and give with great respect, and just listen to Narada Muni, and they would have been very quickly elevated. But see, most people are not at that stage. See? That's all people would have to do here in the world is pay respect to this message being given here, because it's very true. We have the mercy of Lord Caitanya. Okay? It's very, very true. Anybody who will just give a little ear to that and hear how marvelous that mercy is, how powerful that mercy is to turn you into a saint. Even before your crust is gone. Ask River, she knows all about this. She's the test for the Sangha. If you look at the crust, you fall down into being a fall finder. All it does is bring up your contamination, which is good. You at least need to see your conditioning. I'm here to make you see like pure devotees see, like Krishna sees.
You're my mirror, Maharaj. Yeah. Can I ask you a question from Karuna?
Yeah.
He's asking, what poem was you reading last night?
Oh, yeah, that's Kahil Jabram.
Kahil Jabram.
On love. You just do on love. Okay,
thank you. I don't know if he heard that. Yeah, he heard that. That was brilliant, Maharaj. Yeah.
I love, that's when I first started crying. Actually, because of his books is the only reason I opened the Bible, because he used to be really inspired by Jesus. He wrote these very poetic things about Jesus. I thought, man, I got to find out about this Jesus. And I read, and that's when I had my awakening, was because of his inspiration, writing that book on love, and he had one called Jesus, Son of Man, which is very good too. All the deep, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna read that one out. It's really very interesting qualities of the disciples of Jesus, Mary and all, man. Oh yeah, I love that's what did it, man. I went right to the Bible. I want to see. Let me check out this Jesus guy. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you,
within
Maharaj.
the waters of Bandaki Ganges, actually, you read a little bit here. Text 4.
Sorry, Maharaj. Could you tell me the book?
The book is Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 10,
Okay.
Verse 4.
Okay. 10:10:4.
Yeah, I'm still. My body's a little sick. I don't know what happened just yesterday. Just something just happened, but feeling better now. But still, throat, Hare
The
Krishna.
deliverance of Yamaraj trees, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, brilliant. Text 4. Maharaj, you probably shaking off something, not feeling well.
Yeah. There are a lot of chemtrails the last few days. It's all over the place. They
Really?
just, yeah.
I stand there and blow them away.
Boy, they put a lot of energy in. They really want to exterminate us pests.
They're doing their best. Okay. Okay, text 4. Thank you, Maharaj. Within the waters of the Mandakani Ganges, which are crowded with gardens of lotus flowers, the two sons of the Kuvera would enjoy young girls just like two male elephants enjoying in the water with female elephants. Oh, Maharaj Parikshit, by some auspicious opportunity for the two boys, the great saying Durvasi Narda once appeared there by chance, seeing them intoxicated with rolling eyes. He could understand their situation. Upon seeing Narda, the naked young girls of the demigods were very much ashamed, afraid of being cursed. They covered their bodies with their garments, but the two sons of Kuvera did not do so. Instead, not caring about Narda, they remained naked. Seeing the two sons of the demigods naked and intoxicated by opulences and false prestige, Durvasi, Narda, in order to show them special mercy, desired to give them a special curse.
See, that's interesting how they say we're seeing their nakedness. See, they were actually really naked before the devotees. The devotees see, oh, look, they got a clothing. See, their clothing of the false ego and all of that, just naked, really, and so it translates in this world, just doing your own thing, whatever you want, and it's always demoniac, that kind of thing. No regard for regulation or regulating your life, all of that puts you in the mode of ignorance. That's why a lot of people are in the mode of ignorance. You notice now, and a lot of it too is just because of the way people are brought up. They just, they're because of association with demons and demons running our world. You notice how that they in the school systems they teach things that make you that don't teach you the right things. They don't even teach you how to learn. See, this is so people in all countries practically, the masses, they go, you can see by what they eat. They go in the store and they eat anything and everything. They drink these Coca-Colas and which is just ridiculous, all sugars and all everything there. And this is because of association with a demoniac culture. See, you culture this thing and you become weak, and this is all, this is kind of what's going on by association. So read that last sentence again.
I'm sorry, Maharaj, I forgot where I was, but I'll read. Seeing the two sons of the demigods naked and intoxicated by opulence and false prestige,
Yeah, see, it's an intoxication. See, intoxicated. by false prestige. See, and you think intoxication is like that kind of intoxication. No, everything is ras. The souls here must taste something. So usually it's for the masses, gross sense gratification. See, and for the more cultured, um, even on the demoniac level, they taste the ras of false prestige. You notice, like Klaus Schwab up there. You could see he's tasting the ras. Oh, look at, I'm an important person. Oh, we're going to control everything. Wow, we're masters of all we survey. See, that's all false prestige. Tasting ras. See, confirmed. Yeah, it's all a Ross deal, man. People, if they knew, see, we give the real education here. We give even if you gave the best education in schools, it's still material usually. So we give the best of the best educations, and that's devotional service. To tell you, this is called rasa tattva. The part of the truth of rasa is not only the spiritual rasa. You got to know that you've been living on the material rasa, which is it's intoxicating. That's the false prestige. That's why it's dangerous to become a spiritual master before you can taste transcendental ras. See, the other that's as soon as you get worshipped and adored by your followers, you get corrupted automatically, because if you cannot taste transcendental ras, you'll suck that in. You'll just go, "Ooh, I am important. I'm an important person." See? And you become hypocritical. You pretend to be humble and everything, but you really like, ooh, worship me more, wash my feet. Yeah, ooh, that feels so good. See, that's a subtle false ego, and it gives energy. It gives some kind of life, but it's not permanent. It's not eternal, and it's very polluting. You end up causing offenses to people. You start even killing them, all in the name of whatever you're doing, and it's okay. You start to lose empathy, so many things. People are just like cattle to you. That's what, this is the mentality. They don't have anything. And so then it becomes might is right, and let the strong survive. See? So that's a very low quality of life. That's very low level, but that's kind of what we're dealing with here. See, the devotees who have transcended the false ego by engaging in devotional service in the correct way, they give life to the weak. They make the weak strong. They make the weak intelligent. They make the weak logical. They make the weak truly loving, truly inspired, and by basically connecting them with their source, which we are all connected to. They're like the big brothers. See, the big brothers in the world is the government, and becoming more and more wants to be more and more parental, more and more take control of your life and all of that stuff. Well, that'll go on. Even if you don't want it, doesn't matter. They're already leveraging technology and will force you to submit to this unless you turn to the real big brother, those who represent the transcendental supreme personality of Godhead, God. If you turn there, then you're schooled there, and what happens? You become stronger, you become more clear, you become more liberated until you're liberated. I mean, really liberated, and then you're liberated in transcendental ras, tasting your relationship, your eternal relationship with God. In the form in our line, it's Krishna and Lord Caitanya. So, choices, what do you want to do out there? You want Big Brother to take over and to force you into submission? All you New Age people? That's what's going to happen. That's down the pipe. It hasn't come down to your door, but it will. Just look at China. That's what's coming for the whole world. Look at Australia and New Zealand. That's what they're the emerging thing. That's what's coming to America and to Mexico and all countries. That's the big brother. They're going to be watching everything. There already cameras are going up here. And every light pole is a camera that does many things, not just a camera. It's even got a loudspeaker to keep you in line when they want. Can you imagine? You're going to hear the light bulbs. They snap your face. Oh, this person doesn't have a right credit. Hey, you go back to your house. That's what's coming down the pipe, that kind of draconian thing. So that's Big Brother out there. How are you going to get relief from that? How are you going to be saved from that? Well, you have to find Big Brother, man. Big Brother is here. Big Brother and Big Sisters are here. Those who have the mission of tasting the transcendental potency, teaching people about it. Then you get freedom from that. Even if they did whatever they did to the body, doesn't matter, because you got a spiritual body that's been awakened. You know that's who you are. Like this devotee yesterday, Kamala Kanta, you are what you eat. And I was thinking, yeah, he's still over obsessed with prasadam, with no, not food. Still obsessed about that, man. Yeah, I am what I eat because this is my food, man, my real food. Whatever I eat during the day, don't worry about it, man. But what I eat here in Harikata and all that is the real food. It's the bread of life. Thank God I've been given the ability to taste the name of God, the pastimes of the Lord, and to explain them properly. Thank you, Lord, man, for this food. Therefore, I'm not obsessed with what, I just try to eat right, so my body stays together, but but otherwise, if you can't taste this ras, you'll be overly obsessed with food. Sorry, Kamala Kanta. I've been waiting to slip that in for a while.
What Freddie said.
Go ahead, read on.
Do you want me to finish the end of this verse again?
Yeah, go ahead. Do whatever you want.
By opulence and false prestige, Darva Narda, in order to show them special mercy, desired to give them a special curse. Thus he spoke as follows. Narda Muni said, among all the attractions of material enjoyment, the attraction of riches bewilders one's intelligence more than having beautiful bodily features, taking birth in an aristocratic family, and being learned.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maharaj. Yeah. When one is uneducated but falsely puffed up by wealth, the result is that one engages his wealth in enjoying wine, women, and gambling.
Yeah, and actually the real riches is anything that's real wealth, and that's why those who those who have wealth, they go for other riches. They go for riches of control. They consider that wealth, more control, more like false prestige. Wow, this person's so great. Look at them. These are the people that you see in the limelight. The entertainers, they become intoxicated. The politicians, anybody that has positions of importance, they become intoxicated by that. Therefore, usually they won't even listen to the devotees. See, this was their situation. They wouldn't even, so the Lord, oh, you won't listen willingly? Okay, so I'll just curse you for your benefit. Ultimately, they were liberated. Go ahead.
Okay. Unable to control their senses, rascals who are falsely proud of their riches or their birth in aristocratic families are so cruel that to maintain their perishable bodies, which they think will never grow old or die, they kill poor animals without mercy. Sometimes they kill animals merely to enjoy an execution. Okay.
Yeah, that's a little bit vitey there and that kind of thing. I like to bring it to another level of that. Sometimes in the Vedas, you see, that's not the essence. That's like a real, sometimes there's things they stick in there, that are that I wonder about. Like that's one of them. First of all, they're amongst demigods. The demigods, they're not eating animal flesh up there in the heavens. They're not doing that. So why that's put in there, I don't know. You know what? Read the word for word in that thing. I want to find out.
Okay. My pronunciations, Maharaj. Hanya 8.
No, just read the English, okay?
Oh, the English. Okay. Oh, not the words, Maharaj. Just
Yeah,
the
the
English.
word for word, but the English words. See,
Okay. Okay. All are killed in many ways, especially by slaughterhouses. Four-legged animals, horses, sheep, cows, hogs, etc., wherein by those merciless persons who are conducted by the mode of passion.
No, that's not the word for word. Don't you know the word for word? It has the Sanskrit thing that you can't pronounce and then the regular word next to it.
Yeah, Maharaj, I'm reading the words next to the Sanskrit written in red. One word.
Yeah.
One word in Sanskrit, then loads of words afterwards.
Oh yeah, you know what? Let me check that out too. I want to see what's in there.
It's just not one word.
Yeah.
It's a collection.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me check this out. What's going on? Which verse are you on now?
9. Am I reading the wrong one?
I bet you're reading.
Yeah, 9 is the one about the rascals that you were saying is Vaidhi. You told me to read the word for word. Text 9.
Oh yeah, let me see here. Oh yeah. Okay, text 9. All right, let's see here.
Oh, actually, Maharaj.
What? No, but
it might be text 8. It's text 8.
No, it's 9. It's 9.
It is 9. Okay.
Yeah, we'll never know. Our thinking in this body. Yeah, so if you notice, the first word is Hanyante, are killed in many words, in many ways. And then Prabhupada, no, actually, did Prabhupada do this one? Yeah, maybe he did. I don't know. It says especially by slaughterhouses. So that's inserted in there. That's what I thought. See, I like conclusive. I mean, we're at that level, not mixed bitey stuff. And I'm not saying it's not good, but it's like trying to control people's behavior on a material platform, and that's by rules and regulations. You follow the 4 regulative principles and all that. But there's this level of 10th canto, and which is the essence of the truth. But see, Prabhupada does that often. He'll stick in something that's to do with his preaching, and that's okay. Then we sort it out. And so he puts in parentheses, especially by slaughterhouses, and then goes on with that. Then pasava, 4-legged animals, horse, and then he puts horses, sheep, cows in parentheses, yatra. Those merciless persons are conducted by the mode of passion. Yeah. And actually, the mode of passion is not just whether you're killing animals or not killing them. The mode of passion is by controlling people and treating them like animals, actually. And it's like we're being treated like cattle now, being exterminated. This is the mode of passion. that is what's important to note is this mode of passion causes you to be like treating human beings like animals. You don't care about them. That's why, when I was in the Hare Krishna movement, there's a lot of this passion going on. Let's just use the devotees to just to make our temples and to make monies and all that stuff. We're all going around doing it, and then when you're burnt out, you're just thrown away. See, no real mercy or compassion in that. Oh, you're not useful anymore. You're a dish rag. Throw it in the bin. So there is a lot of that going on. Anyway, rascals who are unable to control the senses are thinking this dehum body will never become. Anyway, it's just kind of an external level. But go on. Read another verse. I don't want to get into this actually. Oh yeah. Lalita nailed it. See, they don't eat meat out of respect for animals, but they treat others like animals. That's exactly it. Yeah, that's the meaning I was trying to get more. Yeah. There are many people who eat meat, but are very respectful to others. So it's no guarantee that because you eat meat, that's the thing that's kind of a Vaidhi thing. It's not external view, not looking at the deeper view. There are many persons who actually have love for God, and they may eat meat or not eat meat. It's still external. But that's really the essence of the issue. Hitler, who exterminated many millions of Jews, was a vegetarian. Can you imagine? He studied the Vedas. But that's the thing. Many of these gurus and sannyasis, they study the Vedas, and then they speculate to become like religious leaders, and some we've found to be pedophiles. They're not really qualified to be in that position. How about the religion? See, that's why Krishna says, in truth, when you're ready, when you have sufficient intelligence, abandon all varieties of religion and surrender to me. What is me? Truth. Truth. Who is Krishna? Who is God? What is my relationship with the Lord? Who am I? Am I this body or am I something else? See, there's something else. That's what we're into. And so here, people's spiritual body awakens in relationship with the transcendental Supreme Personality of Godhead in His name and His pastimes. See, so you abandon all varieties of religion, okay? And then just worship the Lord. Yeah, that's the main thing. Go ahead, read the next verse and move on.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Just so it's like dealing with Kamalakanta. What are you eating, man? What are you eating? You are what you eat. And every day, everything he puts is about prasadam. Food prasadam. Food. The guy's obsessed with food.
Sometimes
I
it's
hope
funny,
you're
but
hearing this, Kamalakanta. I know you are. We're speaking about you. Only
it's funny.
because I consider you a family member. You also like target shooting like I do. So, the boys club.
He's funny. I like him. He's all right. Okay.
Yeah, he's a good guy. It's funny.
It says some funny things, and I'm just laughing because it's so stupid. He's going, okay, thank you very much. While living, one
Come
may
to
be
our
proud
beach party there.
while living, one may be proud.
We're on the beach every day sipping pina coladas. That's what he thinks. Gohari's out there sipping pina coladas on the beach.
Jealous. I'm jealous of you. He's jealous. you have, but you
Yeah.
can't surrender to get what you have.
Yeah. Hey, this is this second best to India. It's very much like India. It's like relaxed, easy going. There are a lot of people out every day. I can't stand America. It's so boring. It's so controlled, and you go into the cities, and everybody is like just stuck, stiff. They're really stiff. Here, people are going out, restaurants, everybody, moving around, having a kind of a good time as they can have. But it's a little more relaxed. Just nice. It's nice and corrupt here. If anything you need, you can get it done. I like it. India likes corrupt, man. You can get things done. In America, the corruption's only for the elites. Here, even people.
I went to India in all of these rules and regulations of being a Westerner, and I got so sick because I didn't like what they were all doing. I couldn't move because I was in the head, with doing. I didn't like the way they were living. The second time, when I went with Karuna, he's just spontaneous. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was well. I never got sick. I was more loose, from here to here. It was wow. Yeah, India's brilliant.
Well, Mexico is similar. It's very similar like that.
Yeah. The dialysis is expensive, Maharaj.
Yeah, I know. Things are not cheap here. But the thing is, it's so amazing, man. It's so cheap for me. I don't know, somehow I got this apartment for like less than anything.
Because Krishna's looking after you, Maharaj.
Yeah. And then the food, man. What do you need? I got nice salads, and I get it from the vendors where they grow their own food. I can't imagine a better place to be. I get the food where they grow their own foods, everything, and it looks so different than the stuff you buy in the store. Unbelievable. And tastes different, everything.
Real.
Yeah. And it's not any more it's cheaper than anything. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
I remember going to France and I went to get some apples. The man went in the back of his garden to pick the apples off the tree to sell them to.
Yeah. That kind of it's a much different.
It happens in rural parts.
Here
as well. I mean, it's expensive. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go for it. Okay. While living, one may be proud of one's body, thinking oneself a very big man, minister, president, or even demigod. But whatever one may be after death, this body will return either into worms, into stool, or into ashes.
Yeah, I mean, these elites, they're just it's so silly. They're living for legacy. They know they're going to die, and maybe they even cheated death a little bit. They can put their consciousness, I don't know how the hell they do it, but into like clones and different things for other things. But still, eventually they're going to die. They just, you're going to die, and that's what it comes down to. And they just live for legacy, live for, this, just like people in the world, they live for their legacies, and it's so mundane, you just, yes, I'm going to live so I can transfer my wealth, my money. Their wealth is their money and all this. But you become a devotee, you live for a new legacy. It's amazing, man. I live for the legacy of transferring this bhakti into our brothers and sisters. And this family it's huge. The huge family of people that is not just some nuclear thing of this family, you're born into. I'm going to transfer my mundane wealth to my children, and they all going to fight over. That's what they usually do. They fight over the wealth. It's so crow mentality. Devotees, they transfer the real riches, this love for God, and keep that legacy going, like Jesus did. See, he started a legacy of this Holy Spirit. And we're starting a legacy too of this spirit of devotion for starting with the Vaishnavas, just like Paul did, and going out into people. Like, look at Amy. She didn't have any exposure. Look at her now. Even her guru had it. Can you imagine? I had 2 dreams of Amy. Where did that come from? That's a sincere, what a sincere heart this person has,
Yeah.
Don't worry, there are many of you like that too. So I just like to single people out. So like Lord Caitanya would single them out to see if anybody gets jealous, But anyway, that, the Lord wants, within her heart, she'll pass this on, and the legacy goes on. This is, now to me, that's first class legacy, man. They want you to pass on mundane wealth for the children to fight over. This here, you pass this on, and everybody loves you for it, man. You are obsessed about that girl. Just admit it. Obsessed about that girl. Well, I wouldn't say obsessed. She's I like sincerity. I love sincerity. I'm not obsessed with anybody here. I love River's conviction and her I love Janaki's, and I love Freddie. Even Freddie, I love his commitment to celery juice. And I like how you're making good advancement by the mercy of your husband. I love Francis's commitment. Yeah. I'm not obsessed with anything. Well, I'm obsessed with Krishna. He gets you mad after him and her, just mad after love of God. I like that obsession. If you're going to be obsessed, be obsessed with love of God. Ooh, always desire to taste this nectar. Yeah, that's my obsession. And Amy just happens to be also obsessed with the love of Krishna. Ask her. She tells you like it is, man. She's like really into this, man. She really. Didn't you see her Gaurahari t-shirt? See, Gaurahari is Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Lord Caitanya. All right, go ahead there, River. Oh, look at this. Amy says, I dream of you and this Sangha often. See?
Yes.
So, hey, man, reciprocal. It's obsessed. It's the greatest thing in my life. Oh.
Okay. Text 10. Still. Okay. While living, one may be proud of one's body, thinking oneself a big man. I think I read that, but I'll do it again. A big man, minister, president, or even demigod. But when whatever one may be, after death, this body will either. So I'm just got to come down. But whatever one may be, after death, this body will return either into worms, into stool, or into ashes. If one kills poor animals to satisfy the temporary whims of this body, one does not know that he will suffer in his next birth. For such a sinful miscreant must go to hell and suffer the results of his actions.
Yeah, and see, that's the, when you're not liberated, that's your destination. See, you're in karma, good karma and bad karma. Whether you believe in it or not, a lot of these demons, they don't believe, this do as you wish. That's what they're see, Lucifer, their understanding of Lucifer gives them misinformation, twists it. See, he twists the truth. See, do as you wish. You're not gonna go in. Death is, it's all finished. See, it's all finished. So just do as you wish in this life. It's all finished. And so that's the reflection of the truth. See, the reflection of the truth is devotees do as they wish, and they wish to worship the Lord. Because they got a higher quality, higher standard of happiness. See, and they do as they wish, and they wish to worship the Lord because there's no karma for them for that. They're on the fifth goal of life, the fifth path, devotion to the Lord. That keeps them free forever. See, so they do as they wish. There's no karma for them, what they're going to, suffer for that. You're promoted to the kingdom of God. So why wouldn't you want to be free? Otherwise you're stuck in this. So anyway, a lot of demons say, well, I don't believe in that. Okay, I believe in Lucifer. Well, what can be done? But anybody, if you want, whether you're a demigod or a demon, this path you can do. You can become part of this family of truth and spirit, the spirit of love, true love and devotion. For the true God, the one who lives forever. You will show that life to people in the world. This is the real life. People see. That's why even the Vaishnavas who are still on the level of religion, they can't relate to this. That's because they're not liberated. That's what you can't relate to this. You're not liberated. This is how it is to have real life. This is the real life Jesus was talking about. This is the real truth Jesus was talking about, that Lord Caitanya was talking about, that Nityananda showed and discussed when he was in a coherent moment. Go ahead, Larry.
Okay. Is my sound on?
Yeah.
Okay. While alive, does this body belong to its employer, to the self, to the father, the mother, or the mother's father? Does it belong to the person who takes it away by force, to the slave master who purchases it, or to the sons who burn it in the fire? Or if the body is not burnt, does it belong to the dogs that eat it? Among the many possible climate, is that claimants? Claimants. Who is the rightful claimant? Not to ascertain this, but to instead to maintain the body by sinful activities is not good. Nice.
See, again, that's a Vaidhi thing. I was teaching Vaidhi Bhakti, So that's what if you want to do the discipline path, then that's what, you sit there and try to follow the 4 regulative principles and strictly do these things. And then still these gurus will come and say, go get your shots. See, it's not strong enough. This is timely. This is a chance for the devotees to come into the deeper truths. See, the deeper truth of Raganuga Bhakti, spontaneous devotional service. So you can hear the core principles. Otherwise, you see, it's not strong enough. They're following, a lot of devotees are following strictly. They're doing the best they can. They really want to serve, all that. But still, even their leaders, they can't tell whether one's a hypocrite or what, or a liar or a cheater. They can't discern that. It's not strong enough. See, if you come here, you'll learn, even if the person talking to you is qualified or not, much less these other persons. See, stronger. And I tell you that this is a depopulation thing, this thing like this. It's a no-brainer for those who understand the Lord's Maya. The Lord informs those devotees. Why are these gurus not being informed? See? So people are being misdirected, but it's only because of association, because you believe and you have faith. Just like these leaders, you have faith in these politicians, and they don't lead you very well, do they? Now they're leading people to their deaths. So there comes to a time, who do you listen to? Whose word? Are you going to listen to the liberated word of real devotees who have a real transcendental relationship with the Lord? Or are you going to listen to people who don't have that and are acting like they do? Okay, that's hypocrisy. Okay? Where are you being led here? Are you being led to a bad place or to a good place? Neither. You're being led to a transcendental place beyond all fear. See? Fear is still in the material body. That's why the Vaidhi thing, you can't get rid of fear completely. You have to be either like one of those sheeple. You're oblivious to everything that's going on, and you're living in la la land. And even if you have some awareness of what's going on, you're still in fear. 'Cause I watch these good people, how they preach. They preach like the demons in one sense. It's all about fear. Let me tell you something terrifying. You listen to the good people fighting what's going on. It's always, let me tell you something terrifying. And this will terrify you. Listen to this. Do you see how Maya works? Two wings on the same bird. Everybody's caught up in Maya. Okay. You want to get out of that? This is how you do it. You have to have real transcendental knowledge. You got to see how Maya is working. It's called Maya Tattva, the truth about Maya, how she works. None of either the good or the bad are going to get out of this way. They have to surrender to the transcendental teachings, the transcendental understanding of the real situation. They got to see that everything is controlled and owned by the Lord. See, even the demons are being controlled by the Lord. They just given more power right now. That's just a fact. You know, and the demigods are a little weaker. You know, the good people. You know, they fighting this, but these guys have been preparing. See, Krishna is what? See, we got to live in truth. If you live in truth, you can get out of this. Krishna is the intelligence of the intelligent. Krishna, he's the intelligence of the demons. He's the intelligence of the demigods. He's the intelligence of the devotees. So what kind of intelligence do you want? Well, devotee intelligence, we show you every day that's the greatest intelligence, because you can understand what's going on in the intelligence of everything else and everybody else, but they can't. Both demons and demigods cannot understand. Very hard for them to understand the intelligence of a devotee who has real devotion to the Lord. Very hard. So, do you want real prestige? Become a devotee. Do you want real intelligence? Become a devotee. We'll teach you all that. You want real purification? I mean, real, deep cleansing, deep cleaning. Come here, become a devotee. Devotee of Lord Caitanya first, which is very easy, man. He's just very charming, very, very interesting, very different. I only want to dance on the ceiling. We got a dancer here. We'll call him Vakrashar Das. Vakrashar Das. Yeah. Go ahead, read on.
Okay. Body, after all, is produced by the unmanifested nature and again annihilated and merged in the natural elements. Therefore, it is a common property of everyone under. Sorry.
Yeah,
Therefore,
and that's why that's good. It's a common, but in illusion, the illusion is that you want to own it. Everybody wants to own it. See, they like call Klaus Schwab. You shall own nothing and be happy, but he'll own everything and be happy, but you'll own nothing. That's really. See, so the common property of all. See, but that truth is very hard, because this has been a slave world. People, whether you know it or not, you're a slave. You know, in this system, you're more like they try to show that you're a little these that were just privileges, and they're pulling them back. The Constitution, all that, they're taking it back. See, they were just privileges for a time. It make you think that you're doing good. Everything, like Trump going back. Trump is going back. He's going to save you, man. Oh yes, he give you hopium. He's on the same team of the illusion. They just give you false hope. Trump's he's going to win again, and we're going to go build back better. We're going to bring America, make America great again, and all this stuff. And he's and everybody, rah, you see, false saviors. He ain't going to do anything like that. He's just part of the program. Because the demons are crafty, intelligent. The Lord gives them that intelligence. They know people need a little hopium, otherwise they'll rebel. Give them a little hope of Trump in 4 years while we work on the fourth industrial revolution, get that going. And they'll give them a little hope to where they'll just be, relaxed a little bit on, and then we'll come in with the robots and algorithms and lockstep everything. Anyway, that's happening. And this is the real way out. See, the real way out is to the common property of all is Krishna. See? His body is transcendental and belongs to everybody when they're awakened. See? So why not get the common body of Krishna? This is eternal. It's an immortal relationship. Your spiritual soul will awaken. It's individual forever. You'll have this personal relationship with the Lord forever and ever and ever. See, and it'll be the common property of us all, the Lord himself. It's amazing. That's what the Lord showed in his pastimes as Lord Caitanya and Krishna pastimes. It was the common property of the devotees, his body. Yeah, like Lord Caitanya said, my body belongs to all of you because you have love for me. This is what we do. You come here, you're going to develop love for Lord Caitanya, and his body will belong to you. And it's transcendental, it's spiritual. You want that, man? You want to be happy for God's sake? Wake up, Jeev Jago, for God's sake. Right, Amy? Are we going to get these people awake or what? You have said to be pretty stupid at this point. You have to be pretty stupid at this point to believe Trump is going to save anyone. Well, there's a lot of stupidity in this world. People can't help it, You Trump supporters and you Biden supporters who have hope that guy that can't even get 2 sentences out is really great, like the mainstream media. Oh, dear, Biden, he's so good. Oh, he's so... You all can come here. We don't discriminate. We're equal opportunity. Demons, demigods, doesn't matter. Good people, bad people. If you just come and listen, if this message touches your soul, whoever you are, we don't care. You could be like Amy, a failed cheerleader who couldn't make the team. You'll make this team. She's made this team. She's the best cheerleader here, man. Cheering us on. I feel very encouraged when I see her comments. She'll get t-shirts for everybody. We'll get those sweatshirts. Hey, if anybody wants one of those sweatshirts she showed, you contact her. She'll send it to you. So make sure you make a little profit on it there. She's not working, I don't think. Any way she can get out of working, she'll do so she can listen more to the devotees. Smart cookie. She's like Mary. She's not Martha.
Okay. Under the circumstances, who but a rascal claims this property as his own, and while maintaining it commits such sinful activities as killing animals just to satisfy his whims? Unless
I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I just don't like to mix. Yeah, I just don't like the mixing of transcendental essential truth. I'll tell you what I mean. If anybody, you could eat meat or not eat meat, but if you come here and you listen carefully, the Lord won't wait for you to be like a vegetarian in the mode of goodness or whatever. He'll just give himself to you just because somehow or other this message is touching your heart and he wants to deliver you. Okay? So that's the thing. Whatever you do, and then all the adjustments will be made, whatever that is. You might continue eating meat to the rest of your life, but you're still delivered. Okay? I mean, this is not, in conclude, this is the way Lord Caitanya taught. He said, a person that develops devotion to Krishna, they're saved from the consequences of a lower birth. See, the consequences is if you do eat meat and kill animals and stuff like that, there's consequences because you're in the law of karma. But if you get the mercy of a devotee, a real spiritual master that's empowered by the transcendental potency, whether you do or don't do, even at that level, that could be your habit. Maybe you're a
Maharaj, your
Sudra.
sound is a bit choppy.
Yeah. Is it choppy to
Sound
anybody
is a bit
else?
choppy.
Yeah, I know. Maybe
It
to you.
keeps-
Maybe it's your thing. Maybe it's not other people.
Okay. Okay. Nobody's saying anything. It's me.
Yeah. So yeah, because it's good over here. This shouldn't be choppy.
Okay.
River froze. Yeah, it's your thing. I think it's something to do with you.
Okay.
It's not choppy. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
So
want me to come
whatever
off
your
and-
whatever your habits are, it just is what it is. That's why Lord Caitanya gave ecstatic devotion to the meat eater, the beef eater, Muslim, who was a servant of Lord Caitanya. I mean, servant of Srivas, his devotee, his intimate devotee. So that's how it works. It's like if you serve an intimate associate of the Lord, regardless of what your habit is, what your mode is, you get the ultimate result. And that's, if you're not good with that, if you want to promote some other teaching, some Vaidhi Bhakti teaching, above that, well, that's your. Then you can just try to please Krishna by being perfect in your vegetarianism, being perfect, following the rules and everything. And we'll just take anybody, any Sudra, anybody that can't control their senses properly, everything. But they take our message seriously because it's empowered and it is full of spiritual potency to deliver people. We've already done it, and we're doing it here. They will get more benefit, even though you're a strict rule follower and all that. That's why they were the last to come in Lord Chaitanya's mission. They may be the last to come here too, unless there's somebody intelligent amongst them and understands what we're talking about. I'm teaching the deep principles of Chaitanya Leela and the mercy of Lord Chaitanya upon anyone and everyone. People don't know this. Vaishnavas don't know this. These gurus don't know this. Lord, I got the same order Nityananda and Advaita got. Give Krishna consciousness even to the lowest persons. Give love of God to the lowest persons. Give Vrindavan Bhakti to the lowest persons even. The Chandalas, the beef eaters, the meat eaters, the dog eaters. Don't wait for them to change. You don't have to. If they will listen to you, if they will take your association, the Lord will enter their hearts and give them this gift. Who's that? Yeah. Yeah. So that's how it works. Go ahead. Okay. Wait. So, somebody says something here. They say, do not be sad when someone dies. You cry over a soul's body. So what is the difference when you eat meat? What on your plate is the soulless body? Just wondering. They say that don't be sad when someone dies. You cry over a soulless body. So what is the difference? Yeah. Anyway, I'm just teaching the spiritual principles here of the mercy of Lord Caitanya. Otherwise, you become a fault finder. You ever see these people? They criticize a Christian who eats meat. There might be a Christian who actually has the mercy of Christ. Many do. Many, the Lord has appeared to them. and gives them the transcendental experience of this relationship. And many Vaishnavas criticize, well, they eat meat. They're the fault finder. You fault finders are more at fault because you criticize those who have the mercy of Christ, regardless of their habit. It's, in their literatures, it's not like a big issue. So the main thing is to get the mercy of Christ. And what is that mercy? People need to ask. That mercy is you can taste the transcendental nature of God. That is awakened in you. Your spiritual body is awakened to some degree where you can relish this eternal relationship with the Lord. That's it, man. Regardless of that, Jesus was giving that to anyone and everyone who would listen to him. And Lord Caitanya was also, but the Vaishnavas have forgotten that because they're these big rule followers now. They've been taught only Vaidhi Bhakti, and they don't understand the mercy of Lord Caitanya yet. So we're here to revive that. Anybody, you listen to these principles, you'll see the mercy of Lord Caitanya is extraordinary. It'll get you over fault finding real Vaishnavas, those who have the mercy of the transcendental Lord. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in your fault finding. Ooh, he's not a vegetarian. Ooh. Oh, he doesn't follow the rules. Ooh. See? Yeah, go ahead there.
Okay. Text 13. Atheistic fools and rascals who are very much proud of wealth fail to see things as they are. Therefore, returning them to poverty is the proper ointment for their eyes, so they may see things as they are. At least a poverty-stricken man can realize how painful poverty is, and therefore he will not want others to be in a painful condition like his own.
Could you imagine how bad it is to be an elite when you look through the eyes of scriptures, that they have the raw deal? See, if you don't have the scriptures, you can't see this. But when you do look through the eyes of scripture, you can see, yeah, they got the raw deal. The raw deal is this. They're so proud that they will do things that give tremendous karma to themselves and others. And they will not listen, and they will not empathize with others. It's a horrible condition, actually, and it drives them. That's why these guys they think there's this talk, and it's probably true. A lot of them are half lizard. They got this lizard lineage. They actually shape changers or lizards, and this is ridiculous. This is just their mentality. That's why they're driven into those kind of bodies. Is a lizard beautiful? Even by bodily standards, the human beings who have the human bodies, that's why when Krishna comes, he comes in a very human-like body, very beautiful. Radha also, very beautiful. You think a lizard is beautiful? That shows you their consciousness. You can look at their bodies that they've developed because of how they act in this world. But these lizards, that lizard that was in the well, Krishna brought it up, touched it, and it became a beautiful demigod. That's the form of these lizards. They're actually beautiful. Their spiritual bodies are beautiful, but they're because of how they've acted in so many lifetimes. They've driven them into such a consciousness of fear. Just like animals, they see human being, they're in fear. They have fear. They have no empathy. There's they call it psychopathic. They think you're like an ant. You see an ant, a lot of people just step on it and don't pay any mind. Yeah. So anybody can take advantage of this. You'll get your human form, because if you come here, it's just like the pastime of Krishna touching that lizard in the well. It got its spiritual form. Well, that's what you'll get here. because Krishna is using us to do that for people. Whatever your form is, you could be in the mode of ignorance, passion, or goodness. You come here, you'll get your spiritual form awakened. Whoever hears this message and takes it to heart, you won't be a loser. Otherwise, I just see nothing but losers in this world. This is a very, very rare opportunity, actually. Go ahead.
Okay. By seeing their faces, one whose body has been pricked by pins can understand the pain of others who are pin-pricked, realizing that this pain is the same for everyone. He does not want others to suffer in this way. But one who has never been pricked by pins cannot understand this pain. A poverty-stricken man must automatically undergo austerities and penance because he does not have the wealth to possess anything.
You see how the elites are like this? They've lived such a sheltered life. They don't even care about people being pricked because they live such they've got all their money. They when they even fly into airports, they have a special place for them. Just heard about that. Where they don't have to go through lines or anything like that. So they live so like this, and what they're doing to the people now in their mentality is because we're an inconvenience to them. See, we're too inconvenient, and we're not really needed now. They got the robots. The robots are going to take over so many of people's jobs very soon.
You can see it in supermarkets. There's so many of those self-service things. Sometimes you go, you can't even find anybody to help you.
Yeah. And driverless cars, they already have driverless. Can you imagine the car drives by itself? That's pretty amazing, huh? They have it in Arizona. They had one going around, and they have them in other places, their pilot project. How the heck they do that? That's amazing. Yeah. And it could be good, all these things, but because opulence corrupts people who are not purified, then they use this technology to control. Even Elon Musk was talking about that. He said this is out of control already, and the AI will see mankind is in the way, and destroy it because it's in the way of progress and thinking it like an ant. And he's right. This stuff is people. They're mad after these opulences to the point of corruption. This technology in the hands of people. If you look at history, this kind of technology has destroyed civilizations. Like Atlantis. They also had great technologies and stuff, and it destroyed them. They just other things too. Even in the Mahabharata, they had these weapons. They like nuclear, and they were powered by mantras. Very powerful. They could destroy a whole universe, not a universe, but a whole world. It's very powerful stuff. Well, that's why Krishna got rid of the demons. He needed to, because otherwise the whole world was being overrun by the demons. Even, can you imagine way it would be now if those demons were still here? Because they would increase in power. There would be nothing left of this world. And so now in this Kali Yuga, it's kind of a similar. The demons are increasing in power by leveraging technology. See, it's like a lever, a leverage, a fulcrum. It gives you more power because you've got that fulcrum. Well, that's technology. That's why there's never been a time when they can hack into people, literally, and control them from the inside. And all and from the outside, and all these things, this technology is their way. That's why it's this stuff is happening. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? God, we have a lot of viewers today. 24 today. It's amazing. Thank you for coming, everybody. If you're new, keep coming back. All right, read on.
Okay. I'll just finish this one. Thus his false prestige is vanquished. Always in need of food, shelter, and clothing, he must be satisfied with what is obtained by the mercy of providence. Undergo such compulsory austerities is good for him, because this purifies him and completely frees him from his ego.
False ego.
False ego, sorry, Maharaj. False
Does
ego.
it say false ego?
It says false ego, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Always hungry, longing for sufficient food. A poverty-stricken man gradually becomes weaker and weaker. Having no extra potency, his senses are automatically pacified. A poverty-stricken man, therefore, is unable to perform harmful, envious activities. In other words, such a man automatically gains the result of the austerities and penance adopted voluntarily by saintly persons.
You see how that is, and especially in poorer countries? You see, like here in Mexico and India also, people are often very poor, but very humble, and very heartwarming. They treat you better, even though they're poor. They're not like, that's why one reason I don't like to be around the Western countries, because people are puffed up mostly, just a lot of people are puffed up and proud. But in the poorer countries, even though they're maybe in the mode of ignorance, more or less, still there's that humility, that kindness in their hearts. They're different. They're different than people that are proud because of their opulences. So even Narada, in this talk, he's going to start saying things like, it's okay for devotees to associate with the poor people, but not the rich. Because the rich, even Lord Caitanya said, I don't want to associate with wealthy people because of corruption. You can become corrupted. He even like to associate with Mayavadis who want to become one with God, because there's a pride there also. So ultimately, you give up, like Mirabai said, give up evil company. And there's evil on many different levels, and associate with devotees. And then when you're preaching, you preach to the innocent, like these innocent people in the world, that whoever is favorable, it doesn't matter. Somebody could be rich too, and they come. That means they got the special mercy of God. It's not all or nothing. Narada also points this out. It says if a person has all these opulences and still are drawn to the devotees, that's shown that they have the special mercy of the Lord. Like that Ford, the Ford guy, he was drawn to Prabhupada. He had so much wealth, but usually wealthy people are not drawn to devotees because of that pride. Yeah. So this is our message goes out now. I mean, some fewer probably wealthy people will come, but the more people that have been suffering, this is like the message when Jesus come to me, all thee who are suffering. And that's what you get. You come here to our Sangha here, you'll get relief from that suffering. Have you suffered enough? Yeah. You want some hope? This is not hopium. It's only hope in the beginning. You come with hope, and then it'll come to assurance. You'll get spiritual experiences. You'll have encounters with God. You'll be assured that where you're going. This is not a pie in the sky or blind faith thing or religious. This is science of self-realization, how to realize the true self. And all the methods of doing that quickly, the knowledge how to do that quickly is here. Go ahead.
Saintly persons may freely associate with those who are poverty-stricken, but not with those who are rich. A poverty-stricken man, by association with saintly persons, very soon becomes uninterested in material desires.
Yeah, you see how it is? It's like that. The only thing is, he's talking about like a saint, the saintly people. Saintly are the mode of goodness, Brahmins, sannyasis maybe. They cannot associate. But, you know, if you're a devotee, if you got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, you associate with anybody. You can convince those people. What do you think this preaching is? Well, who am I preaching to? I'm preaching to anybody. You come here, I'll associate with you. I don't care if you have a lot of money. If somehow or other the Lord touches your heart that this message is real, you know, the Lord knows. He's in your heart. He's dealing with everybody. He knows to bring people towards us, our preaching, or somewhere else. He's seated in the heart of all living entities, directing their wanderings. That's a secret. You know, that's why we got only 23 people here. He directed 23 people here. See? But he's directing so many thousands and millions other places. You notice on Facebook some of these people talking about fighting this or, you know, fighting the what's going on now. They got hundreds live people there, hundreds, sometimes thousands of people watching, you know. See, they're paying their attention. Okay? See, the thing is, what do you get back when you pay your attention to those things? Not that much. You get back fear usually. Maybe a little bit of knowledge of what's going on, but a lot of fear still. Because why wouldn't you be afraid when people are going to cook you and stick you in gulags? You know, especially when you identify with the material body. You know, you're going to listen to people. Oh, let me tell you what they're going to do to you, what Klaus Schwab has in store for you. Oh, yes, you're going to be terrified. And you will, because you still identify with the material body or the material mind or emotions. Yeah? Huh. So, but if you identify with the spiritual body and the spiritual mind and spiritual emotions, no problem. You can help people if they want to be helped. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I think that's enough because I should rest a little bit because of my the body's a little bit under the weather here. Seems like kind of a temporary thing. I mean, like maybe short-lived, I hope.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So thank you. And sound was good today with this microphone. Yeah. Yeah. So good. Yeah. Yeah. I think I worked it out. What was the problems here? So it's getting better. All right. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.